Now, from your local election headquarters, the only locally produced political talk show discussing the issues that matter to you. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Thanks for being here with this week's edition of Big Country Politics. I'm Victor Sotelo. First, from your local election headquarters, Taylor County residents will get a chance to vote soon on who manages their tax dollars on the Commissioner's Court. The primary election is coming up in March. Currently, 2 candidates are running for Taylor County Precinct Commissioner Precinct 1. Our Catherine Garcia sat down with the candidates to hear what they hope to see in Taylor County's future.
Newcomer Miles Owen and incumbent Randy Williams look ahead to Election Day, both running for Precinct 1 of Taylor County.
I've been a commissioner, like I said, I'm in my 12th year.
I'm going to represent the ideas of the voters of Precinct 1.
Both candidates address the limits of the county's budget.
I want to take what monies are available and spend them more efficiently inside the governments.
We want to do it in the best, most cost-effective, and most efficient way we can do it. And sometimes that's just not cheap.
Several issues making headlines regarding the court, including county infrastructure, subdivision development, and the ongoing drug problem.
With the introduction of methamphetamine, it's a scourge on society, right? It's increased the number of females that are in the jail, and right now we have to house those in other counties, take them out of county.
That issue across the county budget has added probably about $1 million to our budget every year. That's very concerning.
Ongoing county issues such as these are why Owen and Williams disagree on who is the best fit for the position.
I don't think this is a time to have quote unquote fresh eyes on something. I think it's a time that we really need to have experienced people looking at these issues and trying to figure out how we're going to address them.
If I need to change things, if I need to be the one to be a rabble-rouser on the court or whatever it takes to get issues taken care of the proper way that fiscally conservative people will do, that's what I'm going to do.
For Big Country Politics.
And place 3 on the Commissioner's Court is also on the ballot. KTAB is reaching out to those candidates to speak with them as well. The last day to register to vote is February 3rd. Early voting begins February 18th, and Election Day is March 3rd. And now to our eye on education. Construction projects at Abilene schools are all moving along. These are from a bond issue passed a couple of years back. According to the district, the city of Abilene is working to control the speed of traffic along East North 10th Street near Judge Ely Boulevard, where the new Taylor Elementary School is being built. So not only will Taylor be in a new building, but also in a new property. Speed on the nearby streets is a concern for young students and those who will be dropping the students off at school. There will be 2 new drop-off zones, one for parents and one for buses. Teachers at the current campus say pickup and drop-off is more difficult where the school is now because of narrow city streets surrounding the campus.
We looked at the number of kids that were walking to school at the current site, and there really aren't that many kids that are walking. I think once people get accustomed to there being a school located here, those driving habits will change.
We reached out to the city of Abilene. It has not commented yet on the potential sidewalks extending past the school. ASD adds with future development surrounding the campus, more sidewalks will follow. Now the city news. Abilene planning and zoning meetings are on the first Tuesday of every month. This month they spent nearly 3 hours on an item, and it's still not finished. KTAB reporter Nathan Grieve has more on changing the carport ordinance.
Abilene is home to all sorts of carports, some of them built legally, some not. That's why the city wants to ditch the old way of deciding if you can get a permit.
It's actually a formula that we have to go through on an individual basis to make sure that somebody, their street, how wide it is, and then how far set back their property goes. That's whenever we start to look at the individual property to see if they're able to even construct anything in their front yard.
So now the goal is to make it a bit more streamlined, but how to actually do that is still up in the air.
They could make a compatibility for your structure as part of it. They can make the setbacks a minimum setback for everyone, not necessarily per individual piece of property and that kind of thing. There are lots of different ways that they can go about doing it.
If a change is made for an easier permit process, it helps homeowners and those who build the carports for them.
If they have some basic rules of what is the guideline throughout the town, throughout each area, it would make the process a lot easier, a lot smoother, and probably have a little bit more of them done. Because anytime when someone gets frustrated from something, you know, they're usually kind of like, never mind.
And so the process could be easier or not. It just depends on the kind of input P&Z gets from the people. In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Nathan Grieve, KTAB News.
And the next meeting will be February 4th, and carports are expected to be on the agenda again, and the commission wants input from Abilene citizens. Now on to our Eye on the Big Country. It's a controversial topic, and now one big country town is taking stand against it. Colorado City becoming one of only 8 city governments in Texas to become a sanctuary city for the unborn, hoping to ban abortions within the city limits. KTAB's Jessica Rank has more.
Walk into Medicine Place in Colorado City, chances are you'll find Paul Johnson behind the counter.
We've been in business here since 1984.
And throughout those 20+ years, he's been helping serve the city. But one thing you won't find on his shelves,
we haven't ever sold it here,
is the Plan B pill.
the moral issue that I did not want to participate in.
A decision that now the city council is following suit, voting to become a sanctuary city for the unborn.
We voted 5 for and 1 against.
So what does being a sanctuary city even mean? Well, according to the ordinance, it works to put a ban on abortion and abortion clinics.
It also means that any kind of medication that would lead to abortion would also be banned.
And in the city council's opinion, they're referring to Plan B. But it's an opinion that some are refuting.
Plan B is not an abortion pill. You know, so it is just, it's a high dose of birth control that keeps a woman from getting pregnant, and so she doesn't have to be faced with the choice of having an abortion.
Nonetheless, none of this actually goes into effect unless Roe v. Wade is overturned by the Supreme Court. And while some believe the ordinance is unnecessary,
abortions aren't provided in Westbrook or Colorado City or anywhere in Mitchell County. I feel like that's kind of beside the point.
Others say the sheer statement it makes to the rest of Texas does enough.
We also have a biblical belief that life is important, and that we want to speak for those that are not born.
And it's something that many other cities believe in, with this city council being the 8th to pass this ordinance. In Colorado City, with coverage you can count on, Jessica Rank, KTAB News.
And Big Spring, just west of Colorado City, voting on this measure as well, but did not receive a majority vote needed to pass. Well, still to come here on Big Country Politics, we're talking to Police Chief Stan Standridge about a new tool they're getting, automatic license plate readers, how they'll be used, and privacy concerns. We're back in 2 minutes.